Yes. Thank you so much. It's another beautiful day, the day of the Lord. And here once again, I welcome you to our Impact Masters podcast in collaboration with Africa's Talking Podcasts, coming live from Rwanda, the land of 1,000 hills and many other more successes. And we are highlighting tech makers, movers and shakers, people who are focusing on ensuring Africa thrives as a nation by providing solutions or be part of the solution. When we talk about Africa's Talking, we offer USSD, SMS, airtime, data bundles, and voice solutions. Check Africa's Talking at africastalking.com. Check out impactmasters.io. Follow us, subscribe, like, and share with any person who wants to hear about Africa tech ecosystem. Today is a beautiful day because we are blessed to be here to witness what Paul Kagame, His Excellency, what he's doing with this ecosystem, setting a digital economy amongst many other wins. However, today, I'll be your host, Michael Kimathi, or MK if you want. And today, we're blessed to host one and only Vivens Uwezeyimana. These are building infrastructure and developing African talent for the future of work and digital economy in Africa. The man himself, hardworking and collaborative individual who acquired a lot of expertise at a young age, where he got huge experience in business development, project management, program design, data analysis, and recently did basics in programming for the main purpose of building a good experience in product management. He has done his work in various settings, including education institutions, government, and private sector. Always committed to Africa's socio-economic development, youth empowerment, and access to finance. Yes. Vivens, how are you?
I'm good. What about you?
Me, I'm good.
Great.
This beautiful evening.
Sure.
And I'm happy to be in Kigali, Rwanda.
Welcome.
Yes. Are you still working for the government?
So I left last year. But the good thing, what I'm doing...
You're working remotely.
So what I'm doing, it's really interconnected to the government agenda.
Yes.
So which is sometimes bring some partnerships around with government.
Very nice. Nice. So, for us, we like starting all the way back. How did they start? Who is Vivens? Where did they all start? Is it in Kigali or
no?
Outside of Kigali.
Outside of Kigali.
Okay. Tell us about it.
Cool. So it's an interesting story, but a challenging one.
That's why we have to hear it.
Absolutely. So I'm born and raised in the rural areas of Rwanda in the western province of the country.
Okay.
But growing, I was this good student in mathematics and science.
You're on the right place.
So, yes. And here in Rwanda, if you can succeed well in the mathematics and science across primary school and the high schools, you tend to win the best positions in a class every time.
Okay.
So then, that was me.
Okay.
And it brought a good result at the end of the day. I could see how I was winning, and my plan was not to study in Rwanda when it comes to university.
Yes.
For me, at least to go where maybe US, UK, where at least my potential can be utilized.
Yes.
So, but I didn't go to US live, but later on, by the way, after high school, I secured the US-based university.
All right.
One of the best university in the country called Kepler.
Okay.
They select their top students.
Yes,
So then I did my studies from Southern New Hampshire University, which is in the US, one of the known universities for competence-based curriculum, but through Kepler program.
Okay.
Then, the time I was at Kepler, in the first year, for me, I was already qualifying for multiple job opportunities.
Okay.
And then it was exciting, right? After 1 year in the university, you are qualifying for multiple opportunities in Rwanda, getting some gigs outside of Rwanda, etc.
Yes.
And then it brought a challenge to me.
Yes.
Back in the high schools, I started together with the best students, but most of them, they were in 2 categories. Some of them were already, they are done with high schools, they are not going anywhere. And then what happens is to make sure that they are unemployed immediately from high school.
Yes.
Another category, it's for the students who are going to pursue local university programs, and they know they will spend 4 years in the university, but they will graduate without the skills needed in the job market.
Okay.
So it brought a challenge to me. For me, I was good. US-based university, a lot of opportunities, benefits, etc. But I said, there is a challenge we have to solve. There is an issue of these young people graduating from high school. They don't proceed with universities, and there are universities who are graduating with irrelevant skills to the job market.
Absolutely.
Then I was young. It was in 2019, that time, by the way. And then I was like, this solution might be complex to me as of now, to invest in skills development, and we supply the skills to the whole world. Then what happened is I continued my studies, but doing research at the same time around building skills in Africa and supplying skills across the world.
Okay.
I was doing deep research on that.
Yes.
Then I said, I'm from rural area. I don't have any family member here to back me. Let me make sure that I go to look for a job, and then I get the essential experience, money to live in Kigali, to set up, to understand, even to get the experience immediately. I did my university very quick. In 2019, that was my last year in the university. And then at that time, I got an opportunity, which was more of a tough internship in a government company, which is called the Rwanda Corporation. It's an institution under Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Corporation in Rwanda, which manages Rwanda's homegrown solutions and innovations. And then from there, it was a great institution. And now, if you are into the whole country's homegrown solutions and innovation, that's even where I can innovate more. I would understand what was done and what was the gap. So that's how it started. I graduated from uni. I kept doing deep research on my case study around the skills development and the supply. And then I did a job. I went for my opportunity to Rwanda Corporation. After internship, I was given the full-time job. One of the best institutions here, by the way, as well. Benefits, etc., a lot of things. Doing really strong things, doing stronger programs, because in the institution, you work with each and every ministry in this country, and the government institution, and the public, and the private sectors with innovations. So that's how it started. Then later, last year, 2022, I left after 3 years in the institution. I left to build that idea which came in 2019, the time I was in the uni.
Very nice, very nice. That is in summary.
That's in summary.
Yes, but you don't want summary.
You don't want a summary?
We don't, not even me, even our listeners who love to hear the details. Now,
I see.
So you said you started school in Western Uganda, right?
In Western Rwanda.
Rwanda. Yes. So, and this is where you did all your primary school and high school?
I did primary school in the Western province, where I was born from. I did the first level of high school, there ordinary level, again in the Western province. Then in A level, last 3 years of high school, I did the studies from Southern part of the country. That's Southern province. That's why I did the last 3 years of the high school. And then at that time, that's where I used it to be even coming to Kigali most of the times.
Okay. So what was outstanding in this high school, experience from the Western side of?
So, like, what was outstanding to me personally?
To
so for me, I'm among the person who become the first students across where I did my ordinary level, like being the first every term, every year, and then as of now.
That is across Rwanda or just western side?
Western side.
Oh, okay. What about Rwanda in general?
Rwanda in general.
Yeah.
Rwanda in general, of course, it's the same again, like in terms of
Top,
yeah.
top 1% or top 1 or
Those-
which, or you guys? I'm just trying to understand. So in Rwanda, there is a national examination.
I know.
Do they rank like who performed the best?
Of course they
So
do.
Where did you rank?
Where I ranked, as I said, both either in O level, in our school, in the national examination,
No, in national examination.
on our school, yes,
among estimated-
national examination on the O level. After first 3 years of the high school, I was the best student in the school. Okay, and among the top across the districts and the regions. Then also
Nationally.
in A level, the last 3 years of high school where I did the studies in the southern province, part of the country, at that school as well, I was among again the top 2 in the national examination in that school and among the top across the country, national level. Yeah,
That's very nice.
Yeah.
So, how does it feel to be at the top?
it is so
Beside-
challenging.
yeah, beside getting, celebrated.
I know.
And all that. How does it really feel?
It feels so pressure and more of it brings a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah.
Second, it brings the good quality of accountability because the pressure comes whenever there is an exam. You want to make sure that as the best student, you mastered each and everything.
Yeah.
To make sure that there is no room for missing anything, any point.
Yes.
And then it brings accountability because people already are aware that you become the best.
Yes.
So how are you going to bring mediocrity? The people already are betting on you. They expect that you do everything, right?
Yes.
So that's the way around it, but it brings that feeling of pressure and even accountability at the same time. Yeah.
And Kigali is a bit interesting because you guys already have, international kind of standard of institutions.
Absolutely.
here.
Yeah.
Things like Carnegie Mellon, there's Africa Leadership University.
Kepler, I told you.
Kepler,
Yeah.
New Hampshire,
Yes.
which is,
Absolutely.
you can be able to access. And this thanks to your government and the administration that is really trying to bring you up to standard
Sure.
amongst, the world. And for you, when you were thinking about going to US, you didn't go to US, right?
I didn't. Yeah.
Was that like a turn-off? Was that like, discouragement for you?
For me, it was not discouragement because already making it to Kepler, which is implementing US-based model, and the degree has to be even imported from US.
Yes.
For me,
What do you mean important?
imported? We don't get like the local certificates here.
They send you the certificate.
Accredited from US, absolutely. Then I was like, this is something which is going to really utilize my potential. Because my potential I was looking very far since the beginning. And then it was no discouragement, but for me, it was to say, let me utilize this university very well so that I can champion what I want. But it was no discouragement because I was already getting international university, which was among my plans. And for me, it was no longer to say I have to go to USCTC. The thing was, can I get international curriculum? Can I get international skills that I was looking for? Can I get the global space where I can really demonstrate and showcase what I can do and learn? So that was the way around, but it was not so discouraging. Yeah.
So please highlight more on how is that like? Do you have online classes? Do they...
Blended learning model. Online classes, 40%, 60% local instructors and facilitators here.
So these instructors and facilitators, right?
Yeah.
Who are teaching international curriculum.
Yes.
Do they come all the way from the US?
No,
or
they are
just-
trained before they are given jobs. Yeah,
by
absolutely.
by the US or
By the US, yeah.
Okay. But they're just, you know,
Yeah,
fellow
Rwandans, Africans, absolutely. Yeah.
So if someone wanted to join some of this curriculum, which I think is a bit prestigious, you can tell them with 100% certainty that they're getting the right standard of...
Absolutely. Yeah, from here in Rwanda, if you wanted to go to Kepler, to Carnegie Mellon, to African Leadership University, you are in good hands as long as you know what you want. Absolutely. You know, it matters most. Again, it's not about the best school you go to, it's about you.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's very powerful. Yes.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's the way around. But those are the top 3 universities. If you know what you want,
yes,
you are in a good hands.
Very, very, very good. Very good. So what did you, one lesson, what that's one lesson that you learned from these, especially the Kepler, that you felt like if you were just in another local university, you would not really learn?
A lot. Let me tell you, the first 6 months we were learning, we were into what we call foundational program. And the foundational program, they are teaching you to be proficient in the Microsoft Office and the Google Suites. Local universities, that's not there. For me, if
at the university level,
absolutely, they don't know. Then, if you meet someone from Kepler and you look at what they can do with Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, you feel like they are IT people. Why? It's one of the basics before first 6 months.
For all the
programs. Then also, in addition, that proficiency in IT, computer science, they add the big part, which is not available in Africa, soft skills. They are teaching you teamwork, communication, adaptability through practical scenarios. And then the first 6 months, that's why after 6 months in the uni, most of the talents, if they want it, they can even leave. They go to the whole package they wanted. Okay. And then if you have those basics, you can be a good software developer. You can be a good data analyst because you were given the foundation of how do we learn in a competency-based model. Because the Kepler is a competency-based model. Okay. It's not a theory. So then that foundational program, first 6 months, and having them using a competency-based model were the top things that we gained, which you can't find anywhere in other universities here. Do you know?
Yes. So please break down that competence-based model at the university level. What does it look like? Do you learn, get a project? Do you get a project, get paid? How does it work?
This is how it works. They design their program in a more of scenario-based way. And how it is that? Let us take an example. You are going to study data analysis in a Microsoft Excel. How they break that curriculum down is they do this way. They have recorded resources and materials. Before you go in a class, you are first going to do what we call pre-class. The student comes in a class already mastered what they are going to be given by the instructors. When you reach in a class, you will not see an instructor going in front of you to teach you. An instructor is already bringing the 5 scenarios or projects, and they pick them from companies here. And then, from what you did in a pre-class, during the class, you are just coming to be in groups, work on a certain challenge, and you do the presentation. And from there, you are given feedback in the class. And if they are not well done, you are given the homework to go and then do it away. If you understand, it's more of running a past program, and you are the one doing and learning and teaching yourself than the trainer, the instructor, educator. That's how they break down their things. It's the student, they say, the student is at the core of our teaching and learning. That's why at Kepler, they will structure something that you will be a student and you ask a teacher, by the way, hi, I have the question of how maybe, if you are doing maybe the business management program, right? And maybe you are at the sales strategy. When you ask, anyway, what can be the best sales strategies for the telecom company, like MTN? The teacher will not respond to you. The teacher will ask you first, what do you think? You share what you think, and then after he asks the class, what do you think? And then the teacher comes as a facilitator of those insights you provide, and then the teacher is pushing you to tell you that you can do it yourself. That's a competency-based model I'm talking about.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It sounds nice. The reason why I'm asking is that in Kenya we are trying to adopt CBC, which is competence-based
curriculum. Yeah.
And it's starting. I think right now is in grade 5 or something. Even we're changing how people should spend time in, juniors, primary school.
Yes.
Senior primary school, then go to junior secondary. It's a whole different ballgame because I did 844. Most of the people still doing 844. So it's something that we are learning as we go. Of course, it's proving to be very expensive. I don't know if it's because it's in infancy stage.
Yes.
But of course, we can learn from each other as African countries, see where the wins are, learn from even the rest of the world, and see how it goes. Now, Mr. Vivens.
Yes.
After you did your school and, qualified, participated in Kepler, process and curriculum, and what exactly did you do in that program?
At Kepler?
Yes.
At Kepler, I did business management as the bachelor's degree and the specialization.
Yeah.
But remember, I said I was great in mathematics and science back.
Yes.
The time I was doing business management as my bachelor's degree, I had a challenge again to do either data analysis or software development. Then at Kepler, I was doing business management in parallel of doing data analysis programs to make sure that I can be both the business developer and also I can be a data analyst. And remember, I said after, I also did the programming to get it to understand the essentials of building software programs.
Which language did you do?
So the language I did, I took more of JavaScript family or JavaScript family. I was doing some React, of course, on the front end and started to interact with Node.js on looking at how the backend works, and also at the end of the day, even mastering even the UI and UX design, utilizing Figma as a tool to do that. And also, we start from HTML, we move it to CSS, and then we move. So that was the way around, and
Did you like it?
I liked it because I'm a mathematics person.
You're a mathematician.
For me, I could become both a data analyst,
and a
software developer, business, but I can't handle all of those things. But
you're smart, Chief. So
no. But when you have a lot again, you need to say, okay, let me pick this.
Just for
no
focus,
need of absolutely for focus and specialization.
So you just picked business development.
Yeah, but later in the conversation, I will tell you how all of those things came to become good results to what we do at the moment. But
nice.
I did business management as many specialization. Data analysis, it's a specialization for it. Where you did essentials was on software development, but data analysis, parallel, 2 years doing program, but more of running from YouTube, different experts, from gigs, from challenges, etc.
So you're also the graduate of YouTube University.
Social media university. I was and with YouTube you can learn whatever you want.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And just choose what you want.
Sure.
But fast forward, looks like you started also teaching at the campus.
Absolutely.
What led to
What
that?
was that? So the thing is, at Kepler, that's what I told you. They are into competence-based learning. So when you're at Kepler, they started to scout some students performing very well to be given opportunities at the university, not internship. They call it work study, but it's paid. It's more of like apprenticeship. So then that's where I got an opportunity to be an assistant to the academic campus director for College for America. So it means the director who oversee this online program, which is being from US, so Southern New Hampshire University. I was the academic campus director assistant, and I was more, of course, helping him more of doing the data analysis task, evaluating the performance of the students. And one of the major milestones I did the time I was doing that job was I built the data analysis tool which tracks all of the students' performance whenever they are enrolled in the university. It means the tracker has more of almost if functions which are more than 20, and it tracks everyone. The time you are enrolled in the university means, this is what I mean with it. They track and say, in the first university you cover this, second year you cover this, third year you cover this. That means if you didn't cover, if you covered this, you are at 100%. If you didn't cover this, that means you may be on 80%, 70%, and this can be the tool to scout immediately the performance of the students who are lagging behind, who are performing very well. It became more of a tool to assess every student, despite it's the data analysis tool where you can crack all of the data of the students since they are enrolled in the university. It is a continuous data analysis tool, which is being used to push some students, to reward some students, because you see, we developed the metrics that if you perform these modules, you are at this stage. If you finish these modules, you are at this stage. So if you are lagging behind, you are not there. So that's the way around it. That was one of the key major milestones which I did with that job.
And what did it help that? What did that process help with? In terms of academics, in terms of...
it helps in terms of designing personalized programs and coaching to students who are not performing to the metrics expected in each level, to each and every specialization across the university. And again, it's being helping to improve the way teachers are assessing their students, because every instructor can access the tool and see everyone's performance. It's more of a performance analysis tool, which is helping the whole school either to improve the students and even to know who is doing well, who is not doing good, etc. And it's a complex tool. Huh?
Yeah, sure. Is it still being used, or it was pivoted?
It is still being used at the moment. The last time I talked to some of the guys still doing, who are part of our data team at Kepler. So it's still being used.
Very nice. So why did you leave the program?
So that's where I got an opportunity to go to Rwanda Corporation.
So it was more of an upgrade.
Absolutely.
And you became a co-founder and COO.
Absolutely.
Of the same program, or just now the cooperative?
No. If you have seen, there is another... Now what I'm doing is Umurava. I think we will reach there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
But before, I also co-founded and more of a social enterprise program, which was investing in a sports, education, and also health programs with a target of helping vulnerable young people across Kigali. And we pivoted the program because co-founders gave up. And at the time they gave up, we took health and educational programs, we handed them over to a certain organization as well. But for me, I stick with the football academy, which is under 17.
Okay.
And,
so you're also a footballer?
I'm not a footballer, but I'm a really sports enthusiast, if I would put in that context. But by the way, I play basketball. So
very nice.
Then with football academy, if we will chat more about betting on human capital development across Africa. And one of the best things to invest in is sports. Sports is something, at least if we can produce as an academy, 100, maybe under 15 talents to come to the market, at least although 2 can be successful. Maybe in the future they make it to Manchester United, the FC Barcelona. Those are the guys who can come back to build the schools here to do it. True. You understand? So sport is something I'm betting on. I own the academy. I don't talk about it. But it's something even I will do a big venture in the future. Someone listening interested in sports, ready to chat more about I want to bet on the sports, especially football. In terms of developing the guys. So that's something I did the time I was in the uni. Yeah.
But I'll ask something around that, because is it the government really that encourage you, or is sport really big in Rwanda? So
sports is, Rwanda, because of the history we have of the genocide against the Tutsi we have had. From 1994, what this government focused on was socio-economic development on speed. So then, as we progress, the country has developed a lot in terms of public infrastructure, roads, different markets, schools, etc. Now, where we are as a country is, now what can we do more? And you find that in Rwanda, we don't have enough minerals, we don't have etc.
True.
The best resource we have is people. And now if it comes to people, the country is already watching what can we do.